So very good afternoon, all the participants. So now we are having a very eminent personality with us, Dr. Dharmentr Gill ji, and he's one of the expert, and he's earlier working in the smart city development at Shimla. So today he will deliver his talk on smart water management system. And now I would like to request Dr. Sanjay Sharma to kindly say a few words. Dr. Sharma, sir.
Okay, first of all, I would like to welcome Dr. Dharmentr Gill, who is looking after the water requirements of Smart City Shimla project, basically, under this thing. And Dr. Gill is otherwise associated with us. He is basically guiding one of our PhD scholars also, where we are going to develop parameters for measuring the smartness of a city, basically how to judge a city has achieved at a particular level. So that is basically, now we have got about 100 cities who are designated at smart cities. So with and so that is what, just because time is short, so I will not like to speak much, but only thing is I will like to welcome Dr. Gill and thank you very much for accepting our invitation and sparing your time to interact with the participants. So thank you very much, sir. And about to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Gill to kindly start his presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Amit and Dr. Sharma, for this opportunity. Definitely, smart city is a very big opportunity for all of us to improve, rejuvenate, and transform the urban cities, all facilities and lifestyles. So I have prepared one presentation as requested by you. So today in my presentation, although this smart water management applies to irrigation systems also, but since the irrigation systems are not covered under the smart city, and of course I don't have that much experience in the irrigation sector also, so my presentation is restricted to the drinking water supply only. So should I start now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you. Is it visible now to all?
Yes, sir. No, sir. You need to share your present now. Karna padega, sir. Present now. Click present now.
Okay.
And then after that present now, your entire screen.
Okay.
If you'll click the entire screen, then one window will appear. Then you click inside the window. Then share button will be activated.
Now share. Sure.
Just click inside the window, sir. Yes, now it is visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is it now okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as the topic of today is smart water management, so what is actually the overall objective of a water supply system is to provide a resilient and efficient water supply system, which has full control over the cost recoveries and the services, and its financials are sustainable. So this is the objective for any water supply. And when we say smart water management, then in fact we are referring to two concepts. One concept is smart technologies and another is water management. So clubbed together, we say that this is smart water management. So basically it is a combination of ICT applications, information and communication technologies, along with some real-time data acquisition and then immediate responses linked to that data acquisition through the communication technologies. So what we say, when we apply this smart water management, then what we do is instrumentation, then interconnection, and then some intelligent thinking on that. So this is all about the smart water management, which is a combination of water management through smart technologies. So like I said in the previous slide, that our objective is to develop a resilient and efficient water supply system. which has full control over its costs, and it ensures a good sustainability of financial and physical aspects of a utility operations. So presently, our challenges in the urban water sectors, if you look at this slide, we have all kind of challenges available in Indian scenario, because in India, water supply provision has always remained a monopoly with the government sector. So since there was no provision for evaluation and there was no challenge or there was no competition among the service providers, so over the years, many challenges came up. So we have challenge on the institutional side because our institutions are not very much suited to the modern day challenges of the water supply system. Then we have issues on financials because we don't have well-designed tariffs with the water pricing linked to them. So we have financial sustainability issues. Then there is a biggest issue is of asset management to ensure proper replacement, to ensure good service delivery, and of course the sustainability. Another challenges are related to the climate change which is taking place. So growing climate variability and extremes, this is another challenge. Then we have some environmental issues related to the quality at the source, quality during the transmission, and of course the wastewater which is produced and then disposed of, its quality is also very important because it is again going and mixing in the raw water sources. Another area which has not been attended to in many of the utilities is the customer relations. There is a big gap between the service providers and the customers. This gap needs to be reduced. So this is a big challenge, how to link, how to engage properly with the customers. And of course, we have now enhanced customers' expectations because, you know, these days, particularly in this year of COVID pandemic, when the people are becoming more and more aware of their health issues. So water being a very potential consumption which any human do. So its expectations regarding its quantity being consumed, its quality is a big challenge to be maintained as per the enhanced expectations of the customers. And then the last one is, now we have a number of technologies available with different costs and different outputs which we can get from them. So choosing those technologies is another challenge. So this is a overall scenario of challenges in the urban water sector, which we will have to address through these smart technologies and better water management. So these are some of the slides where I will be showing you the state of affairs in the urban water supply. You see, there is a big gap in the actual performance of the ULBs and the expectations, which are reflected through national benchmarks. So you get 50%, and then almost in all the parameters, there is a big gap which needs to be addressed through these smart city initiatives. Same is the situation with the coverage and volume. You can see that there is a big gap in the quantity as well as in the quality and as well as in the predictability of the supplies also.
Excuse me. Hello.
So here
slides are not visible. Slides are not visible.
Kamal?
Right.
Kamal?
Presentation is not visible.
Jaswinder sir, slides are visible. Kindly just try and reconnect once. Remove the meeting and join again.
Okay. जी.
So please continue, sir.
जी.
So Amit ji, should I continue?
हाँ, Gill साहब continue करिए.
Okay. So to attend all those challenges which I referred in the previous slide, we have proposed this framework to meet these challenges, where we are proposing some institutional reforms. Then we will have to develop its continued system of regulation, and then continuous monitoring and evaluation. And then we will have to focus on the energy efficiency and resource recovery. And of course, we will have to develop through social outreach and better communication. We will have to enhance our relationship with the customer so that we live up to the expectations of the consumers. And then we will have to build the capacity through maintaining and engaging good employees so that they remain with the organization and they develop some capacity within that. This part relates to the water management side of the smartness, and then comes the application of smart technologies which are required to address the climate change variabilities and also the need for introduction of new communication and information technologies. So this is a broader framework which has to be implemented if we want to implement the smart water management, because if we don't adjust the institutions or the capacities of the employees who will be working there, then it won't be we cannot think of achieving the ultimate objective of resilient and efficient water supply. That's why I'm more stressing on the framework, because to achieve overall objective, we will have to first develop a framework through which we can implement the smart water management. Because any good water utility will have to show good performance on all these 10 attributes, which are called the 10 attributes of a good utility, where we focus on the product quality, I mean water supply, then customer satisfactions, then improved operational efficiency through optimization, infrastructure stability and its sustainability, operational resiliences, so that it is not affected through earthquakes, through droughts, through other inputs which are required from the electricity department, or some changes in the demand, or some changes in the weather conditions like landslides or waterlogging. So there has to be some operational resilience introduced into the overall system. Then there is a question of water adequacy at the sources, financial viability, which relates to the cost recovery and the adjustment tariffs and flow of subsidies. Community sustainability, that engagement should be lasting and there should be a development of a belongingness among all the stakeholders for the system. And then of course on the institutional side, we will have to develop a good employee and leadership relationship, which may include performance incentives, which may include capacity building programs, which may include hand-holding with the best performing utilities of the world. So these are 10 attributes on which a smart management will have to show its ultimate performance in a smart city. So this was all about the development for the implement of a smart water management system in the development of a smart city. So for developing a smart water management, now we come to the technology implementation side. Earlier we were discussing the water management side. Now we will discuss the smart technology part of the smart water management. So what we require in a smart water management is some technologies through which we can introduce cloud computing and SCADA. SCADA, I mean supervisory control and data acquisition. And then some technologies to develop a smart pipe network with appropriate sensors at appropriate locations. And then we definitely 75% of the improvement goes with the smart water metering, which is essential part. It will in the later slides, I will show how much important it is. And then we require some GIS technologies to capture the actual spatial information about the assets, about the customers. And then the last one comes some models, some prediction softwares, and a complete decision support system. So the smart technology implementation will be around these 5 areas of technology implementation. So smart city implementation will require smart technologies. The beauty of these technologies is that these technologies are not specific to one sector. These 5 areas can be technology in these 5 areas can be applied to various sectors, and then that data can be integrated on one integrated command center, and then we can take good decisions combining all the utility services which a smart city is going to provide. So here the best part, the beauty of this smart water management or smart city implementation is that here we will be combining all the smart technologies through better management to improve the overall integrated urban planning. So, and the best part is that it can be applied or data can be collected or integrated for an area of a city or among the cities within the city. So that flexibility gives us a big platform to improve the overall urban living. So now I have 4 or 5 slides to show you how these 5 areas, smart technologies in 5 these areas will be implemented, but we will be getting out of that. When we say smart pipe and sensors, so when we say smart pipe, then what we will be doing is that we will be installing some sensors on the pipes to measure flow rates at different locations, to measure water quality, and to give information about the leakages, hydraulic circuits. And the best part is that when we apply these smart technologies to get a smart pipe network, then we will not be interfering or changing the operating conditions. Those will continue to serve as it is, but at the same time we will be extracting information, real-time information about their performance, to get that information into a decision support system so that we can continuously, on real-time basis, we can improve that. So this smart pipe network will be a combination of sensors basically. Some will be fixed one and some will be moving ones, capturing the whole network and then providing this information to a command center where decision support system will analyze that information and provide you. So the overall application of this smart pipe network and this sensor will be in the areas of pressure, flow and leakage management, then water quality management, and it will also help in assessing the demands and the pumping operations in the distribution network to provide an equitable water supply to the satisfaction of the consumer. Second area which we discussed and I emphasized much is the smart water metering. So when we call metering, so many of the consumers think that meter is only for preparing the bills, depending upon the consumption, but it's not like that. We need consumption patterns, variability throughout the day, so that we can decide upon the peak factors, so that we can adjust the pumping operations at the sources. So we need smart meters, and now we have plenty of smart meters, which earlier there was a major complaint about the meters that many of the meters even capture the flow of air through them, because in the intermittent water supplies, pipes get empty and filled up, so there is a movement of air also. So consumers have a continuous complaint that mera meter to hawa se bhi ghumta hai. So that kind of things have to be eliminated to develop a confidence among the consumers. So now we have ultrasound meters, we have electromagnetic meters, which are through, and they capture the real transfer of water through them. Also, they can capture the, at any frequency, you can even set a pulse rate of 1 minute, 1 second, so that you can analyze the demand patterns. And of course, we can also, when we develop a overall metering infrastructure, then we can calculate the non-revenue water, the water leakage, and theft of water, and we can satisfy the consumer demands, because many consumers in a particular area may require 80% of their daily supply in the morning hours, or in many areas consumers have a demand in the different hours of the day. So that thing can be managed through smart water metering, because ultimate purpose of a water supply is to supply water to the consumer as per his requirement and as per his satisfaction. So smart metering is very, very important, and at least it can solve 75% of the challenges which the present day urban water supplies are facing. When smart metering is clubbed with a properly designed tariff, where there is a deterrence for overuse, where there is a deterrence for misuse, and there is a full incentive for the judicious use, so this smart metering can eliminate 75% of the challenges in the workplace system. So for me, as a practitioner of water supply, this smart meter can definitely help in consumption measurements, efficient billing, non-revenue water controls, and demand predictions. So another area which is of very much importance, and it will have to be implemented in just in the beginning of the process of implementation of smart water management, is the GIS, Geographical Information Systems, because it captures the spatial data of all the assets, and then it helps in developing the decision support systems, and it helps in developing the efficient hydraulic models, hydrological models. This is very important, and nowadays we have a lot of technologies and software available to effectively implement the GIS system. So its application is asset mapping, asset management, fully integrated network models, environmental data analysis, and management. So GIS will be the first thing to be implemented when we think of implementing the smart water management. So a lot of ready-made softwares are available in the market to implement this system. Another area where the smart technologies have to be implemented is the cloud computing and the SCADA systems, because SCADA systems are now essential for anything which we need to do remotely, or which we need to do at a very, very micro level, where we want to react to every change in the system, where we want to react to every change in the demand side, every change in the input side. So where which are not possible through human interventions. So SCADA is an essential component of a smart water management, and whenever, wherever there is a implementation of smart technologies, the basic thing is implementation of SCADA, because it is a interface between the operator and the system. So its application is in the automation, digitization of operations, and remote control of operations, because SCADA has gained a lot of importance this year. If you look at this spread of COVID, so major challenge was to maintain the water supply operations through through human interventions, because then there was a complete lockdown, and there was advisories not to expose any workforce to any kind of contamination exposures. In all those scenarios, this SCADA supervisory control becomes very, very important, and we will have to move towards SCADA to address such pandemics in future also. So for SCADA, a lot of companies have come, you have every level of SCADA available. The only thing is that you will have to precisely design your requirements to get a right kind of SCADA system there, because it has a lot of range. You can capture anything, you can acquire any kind of data, you can put any kind of controls, but you will have to be judicious and will have to match it with your cost recovery and financial programs so that you get a correct level of SCADA system implemented for your water supply system. And the last area is models, prediction, and decision support systems. Of course, these will be linked to the GIS and SCADA, but these models are available. The major ones which are very popular in the water supply system are WaterGems and the APANET. And we are using them everywhere throughout the world. These two programs are being used at different levels. And of course, then you can further improve them through NLink techniques, then fuzzy linear programming, then multiple objective. There are many variations available, but basics are these. And these are the models which will be helping in helping a utility manager or utility operator to control the whole water service delivery system. So its applications are many. We can do monitoring and evaluation through these models. We can directly do hydraulic modeling for predicting the behavior of the system. Then customer database, which is very essential in the asset management, because it is the customer for which the whole system has been developed. Then some environmental planning on the resource side and the hydrological aspects of the system, because all the systems are depending upon the hydrological cycle throughout the year. And of course, then the last part, like I said, one of the major attribute for a utility is the resilience, infrastructure resilience. So these models, through these models, we can do some decisions on the risk management side, because these models have the capacity to predict different scenarios, and considering those, we can develop our resilience and we can develop our infrastructure. We can take decisions about the risk factors, some safety factors, depending upon the outcome of these models and their predictions. So this was all about the 5 technology areas where we need to introduce some smartness and then club it with the water management so that we have a complete smart water management system for the improvement of the water utilities of the smart cities. Then I have 2-3 slides which will definitely show you some requirements on the management side, because for smart water management we need a very good leadership which has capacity to mobilize and keep the whole organization fit to meet the challenges of the water utility, which has the leadership which has the capacity to communicate with its stakeholders and customers, and which can keep the whole workforce in a motivated and in the best performing mode. And then another very major requirement of any smart water management, which is not seen in the Indian scenario, is the development of strategic business planning. None of the utility has its business plans. So utilities will have to develop its business plans, long-term, short-term, so that they have a plan for the implementation of technologies, for acquiring the financial sustainability, to relieve the financial stresses, to design its tariff and subsidies. So this strategic business planning is very essential. I think every water utility who is dealing with the smart city project, they must develop 5-year, 10-year business plans and then act accordingly and review them time to time, modify them on yearly basis And the last area is monitoring and evaluation, because if you don't monitor your performance and don't evaluate those performances, then you will never be sure of meeting all the challenges. So this is a standard format of monitoring and evaluation. The last one is continual improvement management framework. Like I said, we should have a business plan, we should have a monitoring and evaluation framework, but then we should have a continual improvement management framework where we should be continuously looking at our performances and then a program to improve that. Plan, do, check, and then act. This cycle has to be implemented continuously so that the smart water management program is designed, implemented, and modified accordingly to meet the future challenges and make it sustainable. So thank you. This was all about the smart water management, where I have tried to tell you that how it should be developed, what should be its components, and how it should be sustained. So now it is up to you. But if you have some clarifications, some queries, I would try to explain them, or I would come back to you later on if I don't have any answer today only. But kindly come up with some suggestions or clarifications if you have.
So thank you so much, Dr. Gill, for this nice presentation on smart water management system, because you are doing it practically over there. So I think this is a very nice examples and very nice presentation. So if anybody, any of the participants have any query, so we can take 1 or 2 queries, because I think Dr. Gill is having very short time. So quickly we can ask 1 or 2 queries if the participants are having. You are kindly requested to unmute your mic and you can ask your query. Participants, anybody?
हेलो
Yes, sir.
हेलो
हाँ जी मदन शर्मा जी।
हाँ जी हाँ जी नमस्कार डॉक्टर गिल, बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था एंड इंफॉर्मेटिव बहुत था। कैन यू हियर मी सर?
Yes, I can.
आई हैव जस्ट अ स्मॉल क्वेरी। जैसे आपने प्रेजेंटेशन में कहा था कि स्मार्ट वाटर सिस्टम है और क्वालिटी चेक्स पाइपिंग में है, तो व्हाट अबाउट द क्वालिटी ऑफ वाटर दैट कम्स जो पोल्यूटेड सोर्स पे हो जाता है, जैसे कि आपका शिमला का वाटर सप्लाई काफी नीचे खड्ड से या कहीं रिवर से आता है, उसमें काफी पोल्यूशन के चांसेस होते हैं, काफी बीमारियां भी रहती हैं लीन सीजन में या गर्मियों में दिनों में देखा जाता है, तो उसको अरेस्ट करने के लिए कौन सा इसमें सिस्टम लगाया जाता है?
सर देखिए, ऐसा है कि ट्रीटमेंट तो जो ट्रीटमेंट की टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं उन्हीं के थ्रू होगा। लाइक वी हैव फिल्ट्रेशन सिस्टम, सेडिमेंटेशन सिस्टम्स, देन डिसइंफेक्शन सिस्टम। और शिमला के केस में for the first time in the public water utilities, we have even introduced UV systems also. So the idea is that with the use of smart technologies, we can capture all the information from the labs and some indicators also to declare that water potable, and to address the post-treatment contaminations. We have put in Shimla, and in any smart system, we are supposed to put sensors all along the pipe network so that we can measure that there is no deterioration in the water quality which started flowing into from the main balancing reservoir. On these sensors, we can measure the residual chlorine content so that any bacteriological, biological contamination is eliminated. And also now we have sensors which can measure 5 parameters, 6 parameters, even 12 parameters, depending upon your requirements. So these sensors will give continuous information about the quality of the water being supplied. And many of the utilities now using such sensors, where they continuously supply real-time information about the water quality being supplied in the network. So there are 2 parts. One part is measurement through sensors, and another part is treating the system through treatment technologies.
So Dr. Sharma?
हाँ जी, thank you sir, thank you. हाँ जी, thank you sir.
So, any other participant? Any other participant? Anybody else? Yeah, Mr. Babin.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm Rabin. I'm calling from I'm from Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli district. Mm. So in our department, we are just we are doing a scheme called JJM. So in this scheme, we are giving a household connection to all the villages, all the individual houses. We are giving individual tap connection. So that is a problem, sir. While we are giving the individual connection, some of the people they are taking away most of the waters by illegal way. They are connecting a separate pump, and they are taking away a few people. They are sucking away most of the water. So how can we, by using such a kinds of sensors, how can we stop these things? Can you please tell me?
Sir, we have technology available to measure the consumption, one thing, through smart meters. Then we have technology to control the release of water through valves fitted with actuators, and which can be remotely controlled through a SCADA system to regulate the water flow into them. And even technologies are available where you can fix a daily quota of water release to them. So through a combination of SCADA system, by putting right kind of actuated valves and the smart water meters, you can address this problem. But of course, the cost benefit ratio still remains to be checked, because these technologies you cannot use for controlling the flow to every household. It would be
I think Dr. Gill, आपका म्यूट हो गया है. I think Dr. Gill. Dr. Gill.
I think there is some network issue. Sir, he got disconnected because the images has been, freezed right now.
फोन कर रहा हूँ. सर आपका डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया सर. अच्छा ठीक है सर. आप सर मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं सर. जी ठीक है सर. जी सर ठीक है सर. ठीक है सर. ठीक है सर. ठीक है. थैंक यू. So I think some electricity problem is there. So he is joining in 2 minutes. Just wait. He is joining in 2 minutes. Or I'll give Dr. Gill's number to all of you, so you can contact directly to him.